In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Monument Eminence E605 to do rotisserie chicken on a gas grill, adding some smoke and doing it the right way. Hit that subscribe button down there. Check this out. That's a chili dog right there, y'all. We're going to be using the Monument smoke box with this cook, and I'm going to show you how to use this thing the correct way. Most people do not use it right. I'm also going to show you how to set your grill up and be able to cook this bird evenly on the rotisserie, which is something else a lot of newbies end up screwing up. So first, let's get that bird ready. One of the neat things with the new Monument Eminence is, check this out. It's got these little roller bearings on there for your rotisserie to ride on. That's pretty nice. That'll keep it from making a lot of squeaking and stuff. One of the first things you want to do when you get started is make sure you get your fork situated to where your bird's going to be in the middle of your rotisserie burner, or if you got two birds, that they're also centered up. All right, so let's get this bird all fixed up. I got the duck fat spray here. We like to use this on our chicken. It just makes everything a little richer. The sprayer can be a little moody sometimes. But basically just get a good coating of this duck fat on there everywhere, inside and out. Oops. There. Now I'm using Scott's semi-famous rub. I think this is the best rub out there, bar none. I have a recipe video for this. I actually give this away, so I'll put a link to that up in the cards. And I just put a little bit on this until I get it on the rotisserie. If you can do this ahead of time and let it soak in the fridge for a few hours, a little dry marinade, that's even better. And don't forget to get a bunch down in that cavity. That flavor will just cook in that bird while you're rotisserie it. We'll top that off here in a bit. Now the fun part. Get your stick and run them through. Now you got to make sure, if you have a right-handed chicken, that you go through from the right-handed side. If you got a left-handed chicken, you want to go through the other side. Try to get everything centered up on your forks, because that's going to help the next step go a lot better if you've got all that centered up. Show you what I mean there. Right on the front of that bird, everything's in the middle. Now we got to cram that up there real good. Get our other fork. This end's a little tougher because everything wants to fall. So you basically got to help it out to try to get this end also relatively centered up pretty good. So one end's not going to be closer to the rotisserie than the other. There we are. Good, 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 good. Crammed up in there real good and lock that down. Now, most people make the mistake of putting that bird on there just like this, but we got to truss this up or those legs and wings will be flopping around everywhere. And for this step, you're going to want some butcher string. I'll put a link to this also down in the description below this video. Cut you off some nice long pieces. Now, we want to take these and get them up underneath, and I don't care if you start with the wings or the legs, it don't matter. Just get your string up underneath that bird and tie that stuff up so it can't be flopping all around on you. And trim your strings so they don't catch fire. I like to take the legs and tie them together up top and then truss them. Kind of hard to show it on camera. There we are. You can even do a little test spin. Don't look too bad, does it? I'm still going to put another string on here just because I can't tell you how many times those legs, once the chicken starts cooking, will get to flopping around. A whole lot easier to do it now and not need it than to need it and have to do it while the grill's on. So that bird is all trussed up and ready to go. Look at that. Freaking perfect. This is where having that onboard trash can on the Eminence is really nice. So now you want to run their motor end into your motor. Make sure you wipe that off real good. Don't be sticking a bunch of raw crap up in your motor. There we go. And the other end sits right down on those bearings. Now you can see that chicken isn't perfectly centered, but it's pretty close. Now let me show you how to get this smoke box set up the right way. Obviously we want to put our chips in there. And look, I know somebody's going to say, why don't you soak your chips? Don't soak your chips. That's just silly. Wet chips don't smoke. They steam. And you're not getting any smoke until all the water's gone anyway. What you need to do is starve your chips for air. When you have incomplete combustion, that's when you have smoke. And that's what we're going to set up here. I'm going to show you how to do it. The Monument smoke box is really nice, but honestly, it has way too many holes in it. The logo holes stamped into the top let way too much air into this, and that kind of limits the smoke we can get out of it without burning the chips all the way up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat a little bit, put some foil in here, and block those holes off as best we can anyway, to try to starve these things for air. So most of that's blocked off. We got a little bit right here that's not. I'm just going to leave this end open and leave the rest of this closed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set our smoke box over here between these two burners, because I may want to turn the outside burners on to put a little more heat on the ends of the bird. And either way, I can turn this burner over here on and get these chips smoking real nice. Look how good that smoke box sits right in between those burners. Now we got everything plugged in. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I got all the rub I want on this bird. You can't have too much rub. There we go. Now let's fire that rotisserie burner up. There we go. Now what I'm gonna do is turn these other two burners on over here to get that smoke box smoking. And now I'm just going to close the lid, wait for some of that magic to start happening. And of course, enjoy a beverage. With a grill this size and with a bird relatively that small, don't be afraid to turn the burner on the other side on as well to get it a little even heating on the ends. Setting those end burners on low or whatever you need to keep that bird cooking evenly is a trick that a lot of people don't know that they can do on a gas grill with a rotisserie. That way you're not burning the bird in the middle that's closest to the rotisserie burner without getting the ends to cook. That's what it looks like when it's starving for air. It might not look like a lot of smoke, but it's getting some nice smoke in that chicken. You don't want plumes of smoke or it'll be too smoky to eat it. What you're looking for is this nice, steady, thin smoke that permeates your food with that rich smoke flavor. Now, I told you I was going to show you how to do these birds perfectly. See how what's closer to the infrared burner is getting a little more done? And out here on the end at the breast, it really isn't cooking that well. Don't be afraid to turn that other burner on low. That's going to help that breast cook at this end of the bird a whole lot better. This end of the bird is doing just fine because we have that burner over there running because of that Monument smoke box. And look at how good starving it for air is working. We're getting a nice steady stream of smoke without burning up our chips, and we didn't soak them like a bunch of amateurs. The Monument Grill's app is pretty cool too. I can't use a probe with a rotisserie for obvious reasons, but I can monitor the grill temperature, and that's pretty handy. That is looking perfect and just about time to get it off the grill. Good instant read like this one from Chef's Temp is worth its weight in gold. No guessing. Yep. Probe it in multiple places. As long as you're 160 at the breast or a little better, you're good to go. Burner's off. Let's get that dude off of there. Definitely have to have some good pot holders for all this part because this steel is going to be hot, hot, hot. That leg is just falling apart. Look at that. Uh-oh, chef sample. Oh. All right, let me show you what I mean about juicy here. I have to cut carefully or this whole thing will just fall right apart. Look at that. Look at that leg and that thigh. Just falling right apart. Can you see those juices? Ouch, running out of that thing. That is awesome. Ouch, don't get much better than that. Give me that thumbs up like button for fall apart juicy rotisserie chicken with some smoke flavor on the gas grill. And of course, as usual, links to everything are down in the description below. The Monument Eminence E605 is a fantastic grill for just about anything. In the next video, I'll show you another trick with chicken that will really surprise you newbies. Hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss videos like this one when they come out. We'll see you next time. That's a chili dog right there, y'all.